Delighted on this episode of Words, Images, and Worlds to be talking with not one but two creators, a creative team, and that is Brian Buccellato and Mattia Monaco. Welcome to the both of you, and I hope I got your names right after I practiced.
You sure did. Thank you.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
thank you.
Absolutely. We're talking about a lovely title on this episode, Eat Your Young, which is one of those titles you see it and you go, I have to check that out. And then you see the creative names if you're a reader like me and you go, now I really have to check that out. So I know this is the second collaboration for the two of you, and I'm curious about what this new story, Eat Your Young, has allowed you to explore.
Hmm. I mean, I think from a story standpoint, obviously, he can speak about from a visual
Yeah,
standpoint. From a story standpoint, it's just uh, family relationships. It's I consider myself a genre writer, so that's sort of my starting point in all storytelling. Is I want to have some genre hook, whether it's superheroes or immortals or what have you, horror and any type of thing to hang interpersonal relationships and conflict on. That's how I approach it. And so for me, it was I think I said to myself one day, what if I mashed up Highlander and Succession, and it kind of turned into that.
yeah, and talking from a visual standpoint, I tried to play with the character design. From a visual standpoint, I wanted to have like a clean look, really clean lines for the art, and maybe give space to more sequence where the violence could stand out. So there's this kind of bipolar type of art.
Yeah, I don't think I
Yeah.
did
I
you
don't know
any
if that
favors
makes
with
sense.
so many characters.
Yeah, and there are a lot of characters. Yeah, probably like 30,
Yeah,
30
overkill.
children. Yeah, so we did a lot of character designs, and we started with the archetypes of these characters. So we tried to keep the visual aesthetic of the archetype, but trying to give every character like their unique style and their unique appearance.
Like a shorthand, sort of, with such a big cast.
Yeah,
You want to be able to look at a character and kind of easily identify it, especially when there's so many.
yeah, and we also played a lot with the different outfits. Since they are immortals, they are from different eras, so we played with that a lot.
It sounds like part of the visual element started in those character designs and archetypes. Where did the story kind of originate from for the two of you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, again, I tend to write father-son stories a lot. I have children. I was a child. I had a father, and so it's always a very ripe area for me to explore relationships. What was interesting to me about the concept, and for those who haven't read the book, my quick pitch is that it is sort of like Highlander meets Succession. There are these immortal clans in this world. Each clan has an alpha, could be male, could be female. As long as that immortal is immortal, children cannot die. Every 100 years for 1 month, there's a thing called a centurium where the whole clan becomes mortal. And if during that time one of the children kills the alpha and drinks the blood from their heart, they become the alpha, and the rest of the family stays mortal. So it's a zero-sum game that happens every 100 years. And so for me, I think that's a fun sort of device to have sort of like a power grab for the throne. I was definitely watching Succession at the time, so you can see those influences right away. But still, like, being able to explore people from different eras, different types of relationships with their fathers. So, there's 30 kids in this story, and they all have a different relationship with the alpha. In this case, it's a man. It's their father Edmund, and he didn't treat them all the same. He doesn't love them all the same. They don't all have the same experience with him. So it's a way to sort of handle a father-child relationship and get to explore, different eras, different styles of parenting, and then put it in this interesting container where people are basically fighting to the death.
Brian was saying, it's basically family drama, and it's mixed up with fantasy stuff. But the cool thing about this story is that if you get rid of all the part of warlords fighting and immortals and the Bonnie and Clyde kind of couple like shooting shooting people up, you have basically like different style of parenting. So I think most of the readers can relate to that. And yeah, that's it.
Mm.
Yeah, I imagine it was a lot of fun and also research and craft to capture those different eras visually as well.
Yeah, we worked a lot with the specific references, like photo references from each era. And Brian helped a lot with a few references that I think you send over to me like real videos and photos you took in New York. Am I right?
Yeah, that's part of it. Part of it. Yeah. But I mean, the way I tend to write comics, I use a lot of photo reference just because, from a practical standpoint, it's much easier to find a picture of the thing you're thinking about than to use 1,000 words. So it's
Mhm.
so I'm heavily photo reference for anybody who's listening who does want to write comics and stuff. I think it's a very useful way to convey it because a comic book script is just a conversation between the writer and the artist trying to convey the information so the artist can do what they do. And so for me, finding photos is super, super helpful.
Yeah, anything else that you'd like to say about the collaborative process between the two of you? What's that been like?
And this is our second project together, so it's pretty seamless. I think, I deliver a full script, and he has sort of the autonomy to reinterpret, the structure, layout of the panels as he sees fit. I have usually it's a very sort of finished, tight script. So like the dialogue is the dialogue, the action is the action. But I also know that he's going to be much better at doing a fight scene because he is steeped in the sort of the skills of drawing a fight scene and choreographing. So, if this was a movie, I wouldn't be the fight choreographer. So I'm not going to, write out exactly blow by blow. I'd much rather have the person who's better equipped to do the thing and do the thing.
Yeah, it's also more easy to me to visualize a fight when I'm working on it. It's like a different, uh, um, it's just a different process. But I personally go really by script. Um Maybe there's a page or two where I think we can go just a little bit of script, and but yeah,
We have been talking about it on our next project to do
yeah.
a much looser script in terms of
Mhm.
panels, not quite Marvel style, which doesn't usually have the dialogue because I prefer to have the dialogue so you can see exactly what's intended, but more loose in terms of like panel and page, so that he has more of I guess, opportunity to express himself artistically without as many sort of restrictions.
Yeah, just more space to maybe rearrange the layouts of the panels. Just that. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Sounds like it's an evolving collaboration.
Yeah, we are experimenting a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it. I like it. Uh, you mentioned the violence a little bit ago, and the book does pack some heavy hits emotionally, visually. So I'm curious what it was like to render that and explore that.
I think from my perspective, I'm heavily sort of influenced by all the movies I've seen from the 70s on up, you know. And so I do enjoy books that do have violence, sometimes absurd violence, sometimes, you know, uh, melodramatic or unrealistic violence even. But it to me, it's all wrapped in a container where people have earned motivations, right? So it's not violence for violence sake. It's violence that's steeped in people with agendas who believe in what they're doing. And so, I believe you understand the violence, even at its height. Even when you see, you know, somebody maybe shoot an immortal child in the face or whatever, um, uh, it's in a way it's earned or it's within the realm of the world and what everyone wants and all those things. So
Yeah, and for me is to differentiate the moment where the violence can be uh, show showed off, and the moment where you we have to hide a few things to like trying to give an accent to a moment. And also, I try to not uh, focus too much on the maybe all the detail stuff on a specific scene when maybe you just need like a line that is much rougher, much brutal, just like the scene itself. So it's for me, it's a kind of like even the gesture that you do has to incorporate the violence of the scene.
Interesting to think about what kind of physical line prose makes, right? Based on the kind of story that you're telling.
yeah, for sure. I think in the case of his art style, one thing I really like about it is it feels very cinematic to me.
Hmm.
And I would sort of equate the idea of some lines being more gestural, some being more blurry, as sort of like choosing focus on a camera. Like, like if the focus is on a face, then, what is behind is going to fall off and it doesn't need to be, you know, crystal clear because that's not, it's not cinematic. It really isn't. Like, I think one of the things that when you watch videos, on iPhones and stuff like that, or things that are keeping multiple things in focus, there's like an unreality to it. I think
Hmm.
one of the great things about the way he approached the project is that he had a subject for every panel and something that he wanted to convey, within the story, and so that everything around that is less important, and so he's telling you where to look and why, so to speak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously, in a movie, you will have like the background blurred. You cannot do that on a comic unless you use like a digital effect. That's fine too, but you can work with the level of details that you want to convey. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's a really interesting book, really interesting concept, and Mad Cave doesn't pay me to say this, but I'm so glad to see such interesting titles and interesting work coming out. It's good on the reader side, so good as a comics reader. Anything that we've missed that the two of you want to make sure that we include on the interview before we get to the last question?
No, I mean, hopefully people will give it a chance. I know there's a lot of material out there. I don't know, it's like 500 books a month or whatever that come out, and so there's a lot of competing projects out there. But I do think if you're a fan of sort of relationships and action, I think I don't want to undersell it. There's a lot of action to it. I think there is something throwback about the amount of like fighting and uh, you know, part of me was like, I don't weirdly Con Air comes to mind as something with like a
Mhm.
large cast with like uh, archetypal characters that you understand and are involved in some big story. And I'm not saying it's high art, but I think that there's a fun level when you're able to do that with stories. And so I think this does a little bit of that.
Yeah, there's a huge cast of characters, so I think that um, there could be someone between these characters that the reader can relate to, and yeah, just that. It's a fun story. It's really a fun story. It doesn't take itself too much serious, um, and yeah.
Yeah, adding on to that, issues 2 through 6 have flashbacks where you get to meet the siblings, and so it gives you additional context as to why the relationship is what it is, and the choices they're making in the present tense. So that was a really fun way to sort of travel back in time and explore like the 50s, the 70s, the 90s, multiple time periods that we do get to explore in this book.
Very cool character building. Um, so where can we learn more about the two of you and what is next for you in the creative path?
I mean, I'm available on the social medias. Brian Booch, generally Brian Booch phonetically. Instagram, Facebook. I do have brianbooch.com. Usually I'll post whatever I'm working on next on there.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram as Mattia Monaco point JPG, and I should work on a website soon. So give me time for that. And we are, as for future projects, we are talking right now about a project, and we cannot say too much for now.
More to come
So,
soon. More to come
so
soon.
that's it. So that's it.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Well, looking forward to that and glad to share about Eat Your Young. Many thanks to you both for the talk through, and it's been a lovely chat with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.